Hey guys, it is Tuesday, October 1st, and I was just out running the drill here for a bit, planting some rye. And I'm gonna take a little break now because Dad's gonna help the hay choppers here. He's gonna be grinding up some hay bales. And so I'm gonna go up here and run the manure spreader for a bit. Just finishing up the last field that's gonna get rye. The rest of the fields are already covered with manure, just have a couple loads. We want to get a nice layer of manure on before we plant rye because it's fertilizer, and we have a lot of manure we need to get rid of, so it's kind of works perfect. This big field on the left's done. Dad was working at this big field on the right here, just this little section, it's not done yet. I could keep seeding here, but I want to get the hauling done first so we give this stuff a chance to dry out a little bit. This field we had hauled a few days ago, and you can see it dries quite a bit, and it's a lot easier to plant. I wouldn't be able to run the drill through this right after spraying manure. Well, I took one load of manure out, and now Dad's taking over again because the hay chopper's not going to be here for another hour or so. So Dad will be able to finish that field up. I'm going to go run the drill again here. In my last video, I was getting this thing ready, and I loaded up with Triticale last week. Then I ended up getting all that drilled, and that was about 50 acres or a little bit more. And yesterday I started planting rye at the farm across the road, and now we're here at the home farm. The only way I can know if I'm getting empty is if I watch these little boxes here. The seed falls through here, and I just saw it this last one here didn't have any coming out anymore. It's not quite empty, it's just not balanced out quite right. I'm gonna scoop a little bit to the end here. I'm empty now, pulling back into the farm here. Looks like Dad's grinding hay now. I might have to wait a little bit so he can help me load. It's a two-man job to load seed now because we got the rye in totes like this. Just have one left here. Well, we gotta lift it up with a forklift and then have a guy cut it open, and it just doesn't work with one person. I guess I should go through and grease this thing again. I've put quite a few acres on since I've greased it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and load some more seed here now. doing it. All right, got it loaded. As you can see, the way we do that's a little unorthodox. We would use a skid loader, but it doesn't lift quite that much weight, so we have to use the forklift, and you can't reach out far enough to use each of those totes has a hole in the center that you can open up that's built in, but we can't reach it out far enough, so then we end up just cutting the end of it, and we do it this way and it works. So I'm ready to go plant, but I forgot I need some diesel first. While I'm fueling up, I'll explain a little bit how this drill works. This is a 15-foot no-till drill. So that's the exact same width as our 6-row planter, but it has 4 times as many rows. So instead of every 30 inches, it's every 7.5 inches. And it's a little bit simpler. Just has one opening disc, and then this is the gauge wheel. We can adjust the height of this to adjust the depth. And then there's what you call the seed boot, which, if you can see it, it's this piece right here. The seed tube comes down into there and it just drops the seed out right in that little gap that the disc creates. I don't know how well you can see it. And then there's a couple closing wheels here in the back. We're planting this crop at about 1/2 inch depth or so. Just wanted to show you what the final product is here. Doesn't disrupt the soil a ton. Working my way across this field here. I just want to talk for a minute about cover crops and why we plant them. So there's a couple key advantages to it. And the first one is to prevent erosion. So if you get something planted and established, the roots will help keep the soil in place, so that if you get heavy rain or snow melting, it'll keep the soil and the nutrients here, which is good for us, and it's also good for the environment. So whether that's triticale or rye, which is what we're planting right now, or there's different crops we'll plant. And the second advantage is it'll prevent weeds from growing. So something will grow this winter here, and if we get something we want in here, that'll help suppress the weed growth. The nice thing about what we're planting here, this is rye that we're gonna it'll grow some this fall, and then it'll go dormant over winter, and first thing in the spring this will be growing again. We'll be able to harvest it in early May. So that's kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. We're getting a cover crop, and then we'll be able to harvest it, and then go ahead and plant corn after that, done in the spring. Drill is empty. Gotta go load up one more time, and then do the big field over there yet. Got another full load of seed now, and I'm starting up this big field that we had finished hauling on this morning. Not going to be able to finish it tonight just because there's still wet manure at the top end, but do a bunch down here at the bottom, and then we can finish up in the morning. I always enjoy this job just because it's the final step on these acres for the year, and it's just nice to finish up, get a cover crop in. It's a pretty easy job. I just got to keep an eye on the planter because random things seem to break or fall out of place sometimes, so you just got to keep an eye on things. today until right now. That's not good. This main beam here is what supports the rows in the front, and that just twisted off of there. That's not going to be a quick fix. Problem is I can't even lift it up because it's broken off. The disc is dragging there. I can't really take it back to the shop like this. Gonna have to strap it up somehow so we can drive it back, unless I just take it slow. Might just try driving it back slowly, see what happens. I have it lifted up, but you can see it's dragging there. It'll probably be okay if I just go nice and easy. So it's kind of dragging along the ground. I want to strap it up before we take it up to the farm. My cousin Cody's here. He was flying the drone, now he's here, forced to help. So we're gonna try to jack it up and then see if we can strap it. Yeah, you can go ahead a little bit. Okay, I got it strapped up here. Now we can drive it up to the farm and figure out what we want to do with it. So it's kind of holding it up. Gonna have to take it nice and easy. Not really holding it up, just not dragging quite as deep in the dirt. It is Wednesday morning now. Dad and I were looking over this thing, and we decided that it'd probably be good to get someone else to help us weld this, make sure we get it solid enough. And the thing was dragging, so we got the chains here, lifted up with the skid loader, and chained these 4 rows that we're dragging on the ground yet. So we have the strap in the front holding this beam, and then chains around right there and right there, just holding that up so we can get it down to the neighbor who's going to help us weld it. So we're taking it to a welding shop that's about 2 miles away, so not too bad. All right, we got that thing taken down to that shop. They're gonna get it fixed up, they know what they're doing, and I'm gonna get some breakfast here. Hey. All right, first thing here, we're gonna go actually look at a pickup truck. Our old Dodge 2500 finally blew its engine, so it's not working, and it's kind of a need. We got to get that truck replaced. We're gonna look at something first, and then some other stuff to do then. We went and looked at a pickup, and we actually ended up buying it. It's a GMC 2500 2013. Just has some dents in it, but pretty good deal, we thought. We didn't bring it home with us though, because they have to do a little bit of work on it. We'll probably get it tomorrow, but we're pretty happy. We think it was a pretty good deal. Now we're waiting on that drill to get fixed up. So I'm here in the office writing out some calf tags, and then Dad's gonna come out. We're gonna go bed the calves up. Before I do anything else, I gotta go get some shorts on. The high is 90 degrees today in October. It's crazy. All right, came back to pick the drill up. Gonna take it home now. Man, they did a lot better job than I could have done, that's for sure. Got the thing home now. You can see what they did here. They ended up just cutting it off here and here, putting a brand new piece, and then welded it together, put these plates on top to connect the new to the old. And yeah, looks really good. I will admit it's a little better than I would do. Maybe a lot better than I would do. Now we're ready to go, except there's a couple of these seed boots piece here that are loose. On this, that part that I was dragging for a bit. One there and one here. So I need to take these apart, and not sure what I have to do to get them working properly. So the bearings going out in this disc here as well. Taking this apart. So I have to replace the bearing in here. Oh, whoops. I took the disc off and we have to replace the bearing in here. Got the parts I need. Changing the seats that the bearings run on. So I just have to hit this down in here. Set it in place. And then I just use the socket so that when I hit on it, it hits it evenly and pushes it straight down in. Now it's in place. Got the new bearing in this side. Now I'm going to stick it on here. Okay, we got this back together here. Working good now. The only other thing is this seed boot right here. This is the seed boot where the seed comes out of the end of this, but it's loose. There's supposed to be a spring in here. Dad went and got a couple of these. Gonna have to put this in here to force it against the disc, keep it in place. Okay, hit that spring up into there. Now that's nice and tight. Dad's hauling on this field right now. Just have a few passes left, and I was coming back through this row, saw something laying there. Lost a gauge wheel. Just need to find the washers. There's one. I went through and tightened these all up because I had a couple fall off last week, and I thought they were good, but I guess it worked loose here. It's not going anywhere this time. Okay, the field's done. So they get back, park in the shop. That's it for all of the rye and triticale that we're going to be harvesting in the spring. We do have more cover crops to plant yet, but most of them are after we take off soybeans, which will be probably another week or two yet. This thing's not the easiest to back. It's a little bit clumsy. There we go. I dealt with a few more issues than I oftentimes do with this machine this year, at least so far. Hopefully things go a little smoother the rest of the way. That's going to be it for this video. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.